If you want to make $1,000 a day trading the New York session on the futures, make sure you tune to the end of the video. I have some tips and tricks for you, as well as things that you should avoid if you have any chance of wanting to make $1,000 a day. First off, let's look at TradeZella here. You can see I'm only trading on one account. I guess we could say two accounts, but I'm never trading two accounts together. That the quickest way, I've made plenty of videos about it, and I still stand by it. The quickest way to make more money isn't to take more trades or even a different kind of setup that you're already taking now. It's going to be take more trades to more accounts. So that way, if I'm making $500 a trade, just take it to two accounts. That's how you could more easily and more attainably get that $1,000 a day. So you can see smaller numbers than we maybe want to see to get those $1,000 a day, which I do have because it's on a 150K account. You can look here real quick. It's on Top 1 Futures. I'm trading on their 150K accounts because right now it's one of the best deals that I've seen. They're running 50% off if you use code Evan. And I made a video about this as well, but the profit target for these instant sim fundeds, you can see none. There is no target. So once you buy this instant funded account with Top 1 Futures, if you get your balance to 3,000 or 4,000, no matter what the size of the account is, you're eligible for a payout, especially if you take on the anytime payout add-on that they have at checkout. Now, of course, I'm not going to get into all of this, but it's 14 days or anytime. But as long as you're meeting the consistency rule at 20%, there's no real target. So if you want to make $2,000 and then take a payout, you can. It's not like you buy a 150K account. Oh, now I got to go make 9,000. That's a mission. You can make as little as much as you want to take a payout. So going back to this TradeZella, $1,000 a day, I can get that $300 a trade times 3 trades, or I could just do one trade a day on multiple accounts with smaller size, bigger size, whatever it is. But the things to avoid, let's take a look at the charts the past 2 days, because these are going to keep you from taking payouts and always keep you in that hamster wheel of having some good success and then giving back most, if not all, of those profits on the very next day. So here's our New York Open on this given day. There were some nice long opportunities here. New high a day on the Open, pull back to New York session VWAP, and let's go break for another new high a day. I teach that exactly in the Futures 2.0 course on ASFX TV, which we can go over in a little bit. But looking at the 15-minute here, I just didn't love the way this candle was closing here on the left. You can see where I draw on the 1 minute, leaving a lot of pins to the upside. So clearly sellers are stepping in up here for now 45 minutes, right? These are 3 15-minute candles. I don't know if I really want to long it into that because buyers struggled up there. They kept coming lower. So that thankfully kept me out of the long there. But I made a video about it earlier. This range, this choppy price action, leave it alone. Could you try to make money in it? Could you even maybe sometimes make money in it? Of course, but I'm not trying to do things sometimes. We're trying to do things consistently and take consistent payouts. Well, then we need to do things consistently and not get outside our plan and try to chase this short. That didn't work. Okay, let me try to chase that long. Oh, maybe I was right on the short. Let me chase that short. Right? Then you're just flip-flopping. You're getting beat up within this range, and it's really not even moving anywhere. All this movement, and you've taken 5 trades in both directions, and you lost all of them. But there's really no new information or no new leg of trend to even validate or invalidate your original trade. So let it get outside this range. Our best trades are going to come outside of this 15-minute opening range. And especially here at the Open, I'd say like the first 30 minutes of the day, you could trade within that 15-minute opening range because it just set. It's likely that we might still be inside it. But once you get to the later parts of the morning, now at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, why are we still in this opening range? If we're where we are, where we were when we started the New York Open 2 hours later, clearly there's not much trend. We should be gone and away from this price if we are in fact trending, right? 2 hours into the Open. If it was a nice trending day, we'd be well outside these Open to either direction that it goes. But as long as there's trend, I can capitalize on it. So let it do what it wants within this chop. Don't beat yourself up. And sometimes it's going to require more patience than others. And this day, it doesn't break out until 1 o'clock. But sometimes that might be 11 o'clock, 12:15. You never know. So just let it do what it wants until it gives you new information of a new low a day here. So you get a new low a day saying, okay, wow, sellers finally won that battle. I thought they would because of all these lower highs. So yeah, I was bearish. But I mean, if you try to short it there, if you try to short, it just wasn't ready to go. So rather than trying to predict when it's going to pop and when it is ready, just wait and see and find out when it is ready. So then you get this new clean low a day. Yeah, you didn't capitalize on this short. That's fine. Now you've got more confirmation that it has the ability to go lower like you thought it wanted to. And now you can just read and react to off of what might be potentially trend finally setting in. New low a day, small pullback, but it's off a key level. opening range low. It's even close to the initial balance low as well, but you get a new low a day, body low a day, close, right, from back here. So finally, new low a day. Let me just wait for the pullback, confirming that this is looking for shorts, and you take the next leg lower. Pulls back again, take the next leg lower, because now it's actually starting to trend a little bit, and it's telling you we're outside of this range. We're outside the opening range, high and low. It's safer to trade now. But if you beat yourself up within this range during those however long it wants to take on a given day, well, now you have no more ammo or no more risk to put on the table for these two nice trades later on. And I'll give it to you. It takes a while. And this day was like 1 o'clock. You might be done. But I'd rather be flat and break even than, oh yeah, I traded today, but I blew my account because I just forced trades in a chop. Now let's even go back to yesterday real quick, because the same identical lesson, especially at the open, if we rewind it here to get our levels again, this one never got outside the opening range. So at this time of day, at the top here, it's 11 o'clock. So it's 11 o'clock here. We're still inside this opening range. Why are we still where we started at 9:30? 2 hours later, an hour and a half later. Clearly, there's not a lot of sentiment of a strong move and trend that I want to try to capitalize on or continue. A lot of my trading, if not all of my trading, is trend continuation. The trend is clear. I'm just looking to continue that next leg of it. But how can I continue the trend here, long or short, if there is no trend? So I need to see the trend finally start to set in and not say, I'm going to predict when the trend finally does pop in. I do think we're going to be bullish today, so let me get in before the trend sets in, right? My safer plays are going to come outside of that range, clearly looking long bias now, and then I'll just read and react. So same idea. Let it get out of the range. Pops for a new low a day. Okay, finally. Outside the range, I guess shorts won that battle. Pull back. Same thing off the initial balance low. It's also the same level as the opening range low. And then it rips for another new low a day. So if you could just wait for these pops outside of this range, especially later on in the morning, and then still look for your key levels, your VWAP breaks, right? I didn't put it on, but all these trades we went over, you throw in a low a day VWAP break, sellers step back in, and you want to go continue that trend back lower. So really just avoiding the chop, especially after, I wouldn't even put a number on it, but after 10 o'clock, 10:15, if we're still inside this opening range, be a little bit iffy on if we're going to be trending today. Because, I mean, if you look here at, this is 10:15. So at 10:15, could this finally break lower? Yeah, it's early on in the day. But once it's like 11, 11:30, we're still inside this range. That's not good. It's been 2 hours. Let's leave. Let's go somewhere. Come on. Where's the trend? Where's the buyers? Where are the sellers? They're just fighting it out. I don't want to try to guess who's going to win that battle. So like I said, if you want to have any chance at taking these consistent payouts, you need to avoid those inconsistent ranging days and just wait to capitalize on the trending days. And if you could do that on multiple accounts, you should be able to just stay patient on those choppy days. Let's imagine on the day prior, you waited for your trending setup, you hit it with your $500 of risk to 2 of your accounts, you're up $1,000 on the day just by taking one trade. And then the next day is choppy like we just went over. Well, you're not really inclined to have to trade it because you're already up 1,000 on the week. If it doesn't want to give you a good setup, I'm not going to take it because I'm already up 1,000. But if you're risking small size, only like 300 to one account, and you make that money on a Monday, you're maybe going to say that's not enough. So here on Tuesday, when it's ranging, I don't care. I need to trade. I need to make more money because you're just not satisfied with how much you made the day prior to that as well, right? So if you just try to maximize on the trending days to more accounts with healthy size, that's where you're going to make your money. I think a lot of people also have just like a perception that if there's 5 days in a week, they're going to make $100 a day. So I'll make $500 a week. Making $500 a week, you might make $200 on Tuesday, $300 on Friday. Who the hell knows? You'll be flat 3 of the days. It's not just a one path fits all. It's going to be very inconsistent, ebbs and flows. Some days you make 400, some days you make 200, 800, 150. You lose 300. So you can't just try to force trades in a non-trending market and expect to make $1,000 yesterday in the trend, but today I'm going to trade no trend and I hope to still make 1,000. Doesn't really add up. So if you could just wait for the trend to set in, play off these key levels, and just wait for your turn, right? It's not your turn. These markets aren't set for your strategy right now, so just wait. Then you have a shot at making consistent payouts, 10K months, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, all this is on top on futures, which is like the best time to trade with them because it's 50% off. There's no profit target on the funded accounts. And it's, like I said, 50% off. And you can take anytime payouts. So if you want to buy a 150K account, you can get 6,000 worth of drawdown. But then once you get your account to like 4,000 in profit, if you want, you could just say, I'm going to take a payout. Thank you very much. Even though like you had more risk than you actually won, it's fine. You can take anytime payouts. And for 50% off, it's $400, which is ridiculous. But definitely check them out. And other than that, just find your strategy. I teach mine here on AceFX TV. But other than that, just trade safe, trade smart, get outside of these ranges. When we go back to the charts here, you can just see it's been very whipsaw, very volatile. But on these days, if you could just find higher highs and higher lows, go to continue it and find the next higher high. That's all. But if there's no higher high or lower high trend to capitalize on, leave it alone, because you're probably not going to make consistent money that way. So just sit on your hands until the trend becomes clear. But I appreciate you guys. Leave a like down below. Leave a comment of what videos you guys want to see next. Make sure to use code Evan. Wherever you're looking, I have the best deals in the industry. It's always going to match it. But trade safe, and I'll see you guys on the charts tomorrow morning.